Morning, my dear students. Wish you all a happy Independence Day. Today we are going to learn about ratio analysis. We know that ratios are nothing but the relationship between numbers, the relationship between variables. So this ratio analysis is very important from financial management point of view. It is a technique which is used by the finance manager to analyze and interpret the financial statements. So when you look at ratios to be found out in any corporate entity, the first one comes in mind is liquidity ratio. Under liquidity we have two types. One is current ratio and quick ratio. Next, activity ratio. Under activity ratios, we find inventory turnover ratio, receivables turnover ratios, payables turnover ratios, fixed assets turnover ratios, and working capital turnover ratios. So these turnover ratios are part of activity ratios. Next comes to my mind is solvency ratios. So under solvency, you have debt equity ratio, interest coverage ratio, total asset to debt ratio. So these are basically going to check the long-term solvency of the entity. So whether the business enterprise is capable of meeting the long-term obligations. So short-term obligations we check through liquidity ratios and long-term we check through solvency ratios. Now the last one is about profitability. So we have few profitability ratios like gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating ratio, expenses ratio, operating profit ratio, interest on capital employed ratio. So these are the ratios we find under ratio analysis. And all these ratios can be called as the ratios relating to two statements. One is income statement, other one is balance sheet. So these two statements we are going to look at to find out these ratios. I hope it is clear. Thank you so much.